Hey guys, what's up? Megadan29 here. Just coming at you about the Midwest Gaming Classic that I went to not last weekend, but the weekend before, I believe. And I'm just trying to get this video out, trying to tell you about my pickups and just how it went and stuff. So I'll jump right into it here. Well, I went to the. I didn't. Well, matter of fact, I didn't even know about the Midwest Gaming Classic until I was in a live stream and. I got to talking to some people, and one of them is a YouTuber that I've been really into lately, and that's Back in the Day Gamer. And I got to talking to him a little bit, and he was telling me, "Oh, where are you guys from?" And so we all put where we're from or whatever, and I had put Illinois. And he's like, "Hey, Dan, you aren't going to the Midwest Gaming Classic?" And I was like, "What's that?" And he's like, "What? What's that?" And he's like, "Holy crap, dude, you should look it up." So I did. And I went to the website and I seen it and I went, wow, it's not that expensive and it's in a couple weeks. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go. So I saved up and I took the wife and we went together. So I went there because, like I said, I've been really into Back in the Day Gamer lately and watching his backlog and watching a lot of his stuff. Just a YouTuber that's really cool. And I'll go ahead and I'll put his name in the description down below. And if you guys are not sub to him, please go sub to him. It'd mean a lot to me. And plus, you're missing out on a really cool dude. So I went there specifically to meet him. And I had an idea for all the YouTubers that I'm going to meet, because I have like 4 or 5 more I'm going to meet that are my friends. They're all my friends. That I'm going to meet at the Southeast Game Exchange. So I thought of an idea that I'm going to get a poster printed. I'm going to buy a poster of some sort, and I wanted to have their signatures on it, and I'm going to put it in a frame, and I'm going to put up in my game room here, and every time I go meet somebody, I'm going to keep adding to it. And I think I'm going to try to put a picture on there too as well. And I don't have the poster handy right now, but I'll get to that soon. So me and Meg went there, and she always rolls with me, man. So I didn't have a lot of money to spend on stuff. As you guys know, I have a wedding going on here later, soon here, like 3 months from now. And so I have to save a majority of my money. I haven't been able to buy a whole lot of video games and work on my collecting too much. So I was going to go there, and since I was there, I was going to see what was up and see if I could find any good prices and what would happen. So I did get some pickups, and I'll go into my pickups in a little bit. I'll try to go in order the best I can here. So we get there, and we had to pay for a parking stall and all this stuff, and we didn't know how much time we had left in the parking stall and stuff like that. So we knew we had about 2 hours till I had to go back and check on the stall. And I went in there, and we were just looking around. There was lots of games, of course. It was a great convention. It was awesome. So much stuff there. Way better than I've went to anything close. Like anything I've went to that far away was Classic Game Fest in Austin, Texas, and that was equivalent to this. It was actually a lot like it. But Classic Game Fest, you have to... I mean, I had to go all the way to Texas to get to something like that. So this is a hell of a lot closer. So, I was looking at everything, and I couldn't find Back in the Day Gamer anywhere. And I'm looking for that Pac-Man suit. I'm just looking everywhere for it. And Captain Algebra was going to be there as well. So I'm looking for 2 of these guys, and I'm thinking, Captain Algebra is this big dude. I should be able to spot him easily. Big, tall guy with a bald head. I said, I've got to be able to spot this guy. Same with Back in the Day Gamer. I pictured him being more my height, but I'm like, look, he's got this huge Pac-Man suit on. I should be able to spot these guys pretty easily. So I'm sitting here like, come on now. So I didn't have no luck within the first 2 hours, and I also was not having any luck on games either. I was sitting here looking at games, and all I was seeing at the booths I was going to were just eBay prices. And I was like, oh my god, you mean to tell me I came here and all I'm going to see is all these eBay prices? There's going to be nothing that's worth doing it here with getting a deal here. I'm looking for a deal here. So I was like, because if it's eBay prices, I might as well just wait and just order it on eBay, even though that's not as fun. But money-wise, what's the point of killing myself right now when I can just wait and save up some money and just get it on eBay anyways? So we had to go check on the parking stall. The first 2 hours was us just kind of feeling everything out and stuff. So finally I go, man, why do I get the feeling that everything's going to happen the way it did at Astronomicon? Like, I'm not going to end up meeting anybody I want to meet. I came here, and I'm just not. It's not going to be what I want it to be. It's going to end up being somewhat of a negative thing. So I was like, it just always happens. And Megan felt kind of the same way, I think, because she was already like, man, I wish we could find him, and blah, 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 because she knew I was getting a little bummed out about it, because she was at Astronomicon also, and when AVGN didn't show up and Billy from the Game Chasers show up didn't come out, when he didn't come out of his hotel, I was feeling pretty crappy about those things, because, I went there just for that. I didn't go there to really buy games. So basically, I went back to the stall. We're checking on the stall and everything. And I decided to go, you know what? I'm just going to comment on one of his videos. And I'm just going to go ahead and leave my number on there. What's the worst that can happen? I mean, I'm to the point where I just need to try to do something to get a hold of him. And I knew he'd be with Captain Algebra. So I was like, hopefully one of those guys will see that and hit me up on there. So 10 minutes later, not even, Back in the Day Gamer texts me back on there. And I'm like, oh my god, thank you. And he tells me he's going to be in the vending area and stuff. I'm like, this is great, cool. It's finally going to work out. I'm finally going to meet him and stuff. So I'm in a pretty good mood. We figure out the thing for the stall. And Megan's like, hey, do you want to go to the pub really quick and just have a couple beers? I was like, sure. I was like, that's fine. We might as well drink now for a little bit. And then we can shop and kind of wear off the buzz, anything we got, because we got to drive home. Because we weren't going to stay all night or anything. Like I said, this was a last-minute trip. This was a really quick thing. We just wanted to go there for a little bit, and then we were going to move on. So I get in the pub, and we start having drinks and stuff like that. And me and Megan are talking. I'm like, okay, hey, I got to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. She's like, okay. So I'm walking down this hallway, and I'm about to go to the bathroom. All of a sudden, I turn the corner, and boom. There's Back in the Day Gamer sitting there with Captain Algebra, with their friend, I believe his name was, you know what, I'm not even going to quote that because I'm just going to be wrong. And then Erica, Back in the Day Gamer's wife, was sitting there. So I was like, oh my god, and I'm thinking, I just texted this dude. He's going to think I, sniffed him out or have some kind of tracking device. Like, oh, he texted me. I know right where he's at. And just hunt him down. So I was like, oh my god. So I have all these feelings going through of I'm so excited I found him. I'm so excited it finally worked out when I went somewhere and I'm going to meet somebody that I wanted to meet. And then I'm thinking, oh my god, this dude's going to think I'm a super creeper or something like that. So I'm sitting there like, oh my god. So I'm sitting there talking to him for 5 minutes. He was super freaking cool. Already had a seat. He cleared off a seat for me. Wanted me to sit down. Till finally I realized, oh my god. Megan's at the frickin' bar. I need to get back there. So I tell Back in the Day Gamer, hey man, I got to get back to my wife. She's actually at the frickin' bar. Do you want me just to see you in there or whatever? I can just leave you alone. And he's like, no, man, bring her over. And I was like, oh, okay. So I went and got her, and I said, hey, I frickin' ran into him. She was like, no way. And I was like, yeah. So she comes over, and they had already cleared spots off for me and Megan. Dude, Erica, big thanks to her. She was super cool to my wife. You know, my wife doesn't care about YouTube or anything like that. For her to go out and be able to talk to somebody, have a normal conversation. Erica buys Megan a shot. Super cool of her. I wish we could have sat there for longer, bought them a shot too, and freaking drank with them for a while and had a good time. Just didn't have the time for it. And also I felt like I kind of wanted to leave them alone and let them have their fun. And I just wanted to see them for a little bit. Didn't want to take up too much of his time. And most of all, though, I was just so glad that Megan felt comfortable. And it almost made me feel kind of bad because when we left and we talked to him for about 20 minutes and hung out there, and Captain Algebra as well, I mean, super freaking nice guys. I mean, easy to talk to, made me feel comfortable, made Megan feel comfortable, had a great time for that 20 minutes. And it made my whole trip. Like, I could have not gotten any games, and that would have made my whole trip. So I end up doing that and everything, and we head back in, and Back in the Gamer's like, yeah, I'll meet you in there as well. So we end up meeting Back in the Gamer in there, and then I got a poster. I got a hold of a Super Mario Brothers 3 poster. He signed it. Super cool. I sat there and talked to him more. Back in the Day Gamer, if you watch this, I can't say enough how cool you were, man, and how much I appreciate how cool you were to us. You made my whole trip. Captain Algebra, super nice guy. Awesome to sit there and talk to you guys, be completely normal. That was my first time having to approach somebody like you guys that I didn't know, so I was super nervous, even though it may not have seemed like it, trying to make conversation, trying to keep it flowing, and it was so easy with two really super cool dudes. And come to find out, Captain Algebra lives 45 minutes away from me, not even 45 minutes. So that is so sick, and I'll get to more of that later. So then we get into the hall, and we're going to go for game finds. And I had 3 games I wanted. Really 2 games I wanted. I just wanted a couple games that I've been wanting to take off my list for a while. So, like I said, the first time we went in there, we found a lot of eBay prices and stuff. I was really, really, really nervous about that. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna come to this convention and just walk away with nothing, because I'm not just gonna go and pay whatever for it. Screw that. So all of a sudden, Megan has eagle eyes, man. She goes to this freaking thing. I had been wanting the game River City Ransom. And River City Ransom I found for like $40 at another thing when it goes for like $30. So, excuse me, Megan goes to this and she goes, oh, it's right there, because I kind of told her what to look for. I go, it's a Nintendo game. It's going to look like this, because I had found a copy. So I go, looks exactly like this. Try to find this. So she finds it. All of a sudden, I only got $29 in cash in my pocket. So I just asked the guy, will you take $29? He said, yes. So I ended up getting it for $29. And here's River City Ransom right here. And I actually bought it at the same vendor. I went ahead and bought Trojan, which I heard from another person, which I forgot who told me. He told me in a live stream, too, that it was him. But this was only like $4 or something like that. Freaking awesome. Awesome to have those kind of prices at the convention. So I got River City Ransom and Trojan. Both are pretty cool games. River City Ransom I thought was going to be better. I did a live stream on it and beat it. I thought it was going to be better because it was super hyped. Super, super hyped. I hear so much about people talking about it. It's okay. It's not that good. I think Double Dragon's way better. But Trojan, really underrated. Really cool game. So whoever that person is that told me to buy it, man, you were not wrong. Holy crap, this game delivered. This game was great. Capcom, go figure. And so I got that. And then there was another game I wanted, which is the one behind me. Whoop, they're right there. Right there. Super Double Dragon. Megan also had the eagle eye for this. Once again, we've seen this one going for like 40 or 45 at this one guy's booth. I'm like, oh my god. So I'm about just to pay it because I didn't want to walk away with nothing. Till finally Megan finds it for like $25 at this other spot. I'm like, oh my goodness. And the label's nice and everything. I could pop it out. The label just looks normal, guys. It looks great. Works. I actually played through that. And that game's not as good either. Graphics are great, but not as good either. I've played a lot better for Double Dragon, for sure. Double Dragon 1 and 2 are hands down a lot better. But it's not bad. But yeah, so I got the games I was there looking for. That's all I walked away with. Like I said, I only went there for a little bit. I went there to meet Back in the Day Gamer and Captain Algebra. I achieved that. It was a lot of fun. Super cool. Those guys were just fantastic. Thank you guys so much for making my day. And also, I'll get into the last bit here, which I almost forgot to put in this video. All of a sudden I'm walking around. I'm walking around and I got all my games, and this is before I met with Back in the Day Gamer, because I actually got my games before that. But I'm walking around, all of a sudden I turn around, I see this really tall guy standing there, and here's freaking Billy Mitchell standing there. I go, that's freaking Billy Mitchell. So he's over there for promoting this magazine. I'm sure everybody knows that by now. But, dude, I know everything that's going on with Billy Mitchell, and I'm not going to get into it. I wasn't like that, like I think a lot of people were. I didn't ask him about anything going on. The guy, I give him so much props for even continuing to go to the convention, for even continuing to go when you know he didn't have to. He could have easily abandoned that. He could have easily evaded all of your guys' questions, all the people that he knows are looking at him. You're at a gaming convention where everybody knows what you did or what you didn't do, whatever. He's still trying to prove himself. We all know what happened. But what I'll tell you is this. I decided to say, screw it, he's here. I'm going to talk to him, but I'm not going to ask him about any of that stuff. So I end up asking him, hey, do you like the Donkey Kong for NES and stuff like that? And he's like, you know what, I've never really played that one too much. I played it a little bit, but he's like, to be honest, I didn't play as much NES. I was more of an arcade kid. I said, oh, okay, cool. He ended up being a super cool guy. And I give him credit for that. He's not an a-hole. He was really, really cool. I didn't ask him on any of this stuff, and maybe that was a sigh of relief from him to have somebody not approaching him about that stuff. I told him if he had any of his hot sauce there. He said yes, so I was going to go ahead and buy that. And I got the free magazine that he was promoting, and it's an okay magazine. It's called like Old School Magazine or something like that. It's pretty cool. I thought I was going to sub to it, but I don't think I'm going to. It's not that good, but it wasn't bad. But I'll tell you this, I took a picture with him, he was super cool, and then he wanted to take a picture with me and my wife. So this guy was so nice and so proper that before he took a picture with my wife and me, he goes, do you mind if I put my arm around your wife? Is that okay? And I was like, sure, man, yeah, that's super cool. And man, you didn't have to ask me that, dude. That's super cool of you, though. I mean, that just says a lot to me as a person, that you're going through a lot right now, and you know what you did, and you probably know, you know the truth. You don't probably know the truth. You know the truth, okay? And for you to act that way and be that cool is super cool for you. For you to show up and still participate and still show up to everything you probably told all these people you were going to show up to. I'm sure you have a schedule that you're following. That, I think, speaks volumes for a person like that. At least the dude's being decent. That's all I have to say. At least the guy's showing up and participating, and at least he's not being a complete douchebag when he's there. And I'll also tell you this. So we got the games and everything, and we went back, and we wanted to look for his hot sauce. Well, he told us it was in the next room with all the arcades. We went in there, we didn't find him. We went exactly where he told us to do. We didn't find him at all. So we go back, and he's talking to some people, so I don't want to bother Billy. So I asked the people at his table, and they're all like, I'm not really sure. So they're looking around the table, they're looking everywhere. They can't find any of the hot sauce. So then they tell us, yeah, I think it's in the next room. So Megan goes and she checks again. Nope, not there. So Megan finally comes back and tells Billy, hey, Billy, we can't find your hot sauce anywhere. I know you said it was in the other room, but we went there twice. Nobody can see nothing. So Billy walks back with my wife, goes all the way over there, takes the time to go to the next room, goes in there, goes to the table it's supposed to be at, and it's not there. So I guess Billy's like, oh man, what the heck? So he looks under the table and he finds it, and it was in a box. So what happened is they had sold everything on the table, and then now they came back and they had to restock it, essentially. So I guess he kind of looked at the guys like, oh, come on, guys, like, stay on top of this. And so Megan's like, oh, okay, what do I owe you? And he's like, you don't owe me nothing. You guys searched forever for this. Go ahead and have it. And he gave us actually both kinds, too. There's two different kinds. So I thought that was really kind of him, too, man. I mean, what a decent dude. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at the end of the day, I can't say it enough about the Billy Mitchell situation. Is I'm done making videos on it, and I'm only bringing it up now because I met him. But I want to give him where credit's due. And the guy's just, at least he's being decent. At least he's not this big snobby, big-headed douchebag, and he's showing up there and doing it, and he's trying to have a good time. And I'll be honest with you, it kind of annoys me when people were asking him everything they're asking him, because when we went back there the first time looking for the hot sauce, people are sitting there immediately asking him about this stuff, and I'm like, thinking in my head, I'm thinking, guys, can't you just let it go for a day? Can't you just let it go? You can look up 800 fucking YouTube videos talking about the situation. Why do you need to ask him about it? Why do you need to try to record him? Just for once in your life, forget about your stupid channel and just let the guy have a day. I'm sorry, but that's kind of how I felt. I don't care what he's done. I get it. I get it. He gets it. We all get it. I understand that. Let it go. It's video games, guys. It's video games. The guy didn't fucking kill somebody. The guy didn't rape a child. The guy didn't do anything like that. Let it fucking go. So for everybody that sat there and asked him about stuff when you're there, I don't know how everybody else feels, but no offense, even if I lose subs from this or something, you're just being assholes. That's what you're doing. You're being assholes. You shouldn't have done that. And sorry. If you're mad at me for saying that, I don't care. You don't need to point out when he already knows what's going on, okay? And if he wants to be an idiot and lie, let him be an idiot and lie. He already looks like an idiot. The internet has crucified that guy. He doesn't need anybody else to come up to him at a fucking convention where he's trying to have fun like everybody else. Like I said, the guy didn't have to show up, okay? The guy didn't have to show up. I'm sure he didn't get paid that much to do it. I'm sure he doesn't need it. He has his own business. He's made his money. I'm sure he can go out and just make money like anybody else. He doesn't need all this stuff, I'm sure. Okay, so he showed up for all of us. He showed up for the people that are at the convention. He showed up for the people that are wanting him to be there, that scheduled things with him, that want him to be there and everything. That's why he came. So couldn't you just, for a couple hours, let it go? Couldn't you just let it go? Like, I can't even tell you how much it annoyed me. When I went to ask him a question, and out of decency, I didn't interrupt the people that were talking to him about asking him where his hot sauce was. I didn't want to interrupt anything. That was that person's time to meet somebody that they may look up to or whatever. They just wanted to meet like me. And I didn't want to take that from them. So I left him alone, and I waited till he was alone to ask him about the stuff. But to hear those people doing it and having to hear Billy whispering and talking low, answering their questions, which he didn't even have to do. He could have easily said, look, I'm not answering any questions about it. Look up fucking YouTube videos about it. Search the internet for it. Move on. And yet people still go up there and still have to ask him about stuff. Like, for all you people getting all your fucking views over it and wanting to get all your views about Billy Mitchell, good. Good job. I hope you got your views. Is that what you wanted? Good, you got it. You got all your stupid views. Let the guy have some time. I can't say this enough, guys. Let's all stop being nerds for a second. Let's all stop being... I'm talking about myself, too. Quit being a nerd. It's video games. Let it go. Go buy some video games. Go have some fun at the convention. And let it go. So I'm probably going off about this more. But I've been holding all this inside ever since then. And I remember just snapping the same way about this on the ride home with Megan. And Megan felt the same way. My wife's like, yeah, can't people just kind of leave him alone? And I said, I hear ya. I hear ya. Like, nobody's decent. Like, I don't want to say that. And it's not that nobody's decent. But I can't believe how much you guys got to care about taking your phone out and recording stuff. And you're probably uploading it to YouTube. I've seen so many things about it. It's like, we're beating a dead horse. We're beating a dead horse. We all know what happened. Why do we have to keep talking about it? You know why you keep talking about it? Because you want your stupid ass views. That's why you keep talking about it. Because I know that on my channel, when I talked about it, of course, that's my most viewed video. Something extremely negative. And maybe this one will get a bunch of views because I'm going to put that in the title as well. And I'm only putting it in the title because it's part of what happened. But shame on all of you guys. I was so ashamed to be associated with you guys at that point. And I'll stop there. At the end of the day, back in the day, gamer, you made my day, man. You're an awesome dude. Captain Algebra, who texted me the next day telling me sorry he missed me, sorry he didn't get a chance to sign the poster. What a cool dude. So I tell him I'm going to mail him the stuff, and he tells me, hey, well, why don't we just meet up sometime? Dude, you're awesome, because you don't have to do that. But that's super cool of you. We'll meet up, man. And now that all these stupid people got me on a tirade here, I'll get going. I'm at 24 minutes here. But guys, hopefully you're not butthurt about anything I said, but hey, take it for what it is. I'm 100% authentic on this channel. This is Megadan. I don't play no part. This is me. If you don't like it, unsub. If you like it, sub. Cool. I guess dislike the video. But it's all in good fun. And at the end of the day, guys, it's video games. Just please keep telling yourself that. Please, please. We're not arguing over religion. We're not arguing over politics. We're not arguing over a murderer. We're not arguing over a child molester. We're not talking about somebody who's shooting up a place like schools and everything else. We're talking about a fucking video game high score for God's sake. For God's sake, please. Like, just let it go. It's all over the internet. Just let it go. But I'll go on that, guys. I got to get moving. I'll see you later. And thanks for listening if you're still here. Talk to you later.